DMV offices are the perfect decentralized environment for a blockchain. So you can imagine, you go to a DMV office and the DMV office, has their computer system. Imagine if that was blockchain and each DMV office is running a node. And each node then contributes to that blockchain, contributes to the consensus mechanism, contributes to all of the workings of the blockchain, and then brings you all the benefits of having a blockchain. What they plan to do is they plan to not only put just the title transfers on the blockchain, but they also they're planning on doing the same, similar to what Carfax does. So they've tapped a company called Oxhead Alpha to build a private Tezos testnet. So in other words, kind of the same thing with IBM developing for the trade lens. You've got a company that's going to use the Tezos blockchain, and through the Tezos blockchain, which is basically an Ethereum competitor, it is a smart contract driven network. The whole idea behind Tezos is that it's lightning fast, and that's why Ethereum had to try to compete with them by going off of proof of work and getting on proof of stake. So Tezos is lightning fast. They're going to develop what they call a shadow ledger. In other words, they're going to build a parallel system to go work next to their current system to do that testing phase. So they're trying in the next 3 months to get the shadow ledger up and running so they can run them in parallel. And then it was announced January 6th, so it was announced quite recently. The whole idea is here, in this paragraph here. It says, while faulty vehicles have a special designation on the titles in California. In other words, a faulty vehicle is, like, for example, your vehicle gets into an accident. And frankly, I had a vehicle that I loved that little car. It was a little Kia. And it was a great little car. It functioned well and everything. And I was in a grocery store parking lot, and I was driving down the road, down an aisle, and a big pickup truck and my small car. The pickup truck was in the parking space, couldn't see where I was at. I was going by its back end, and it backed into my rear left quarter panel. Well, having done that, the car was old enough and inexpensive enough that the insurance company totaled it. Now, it was drivable. It was still in very good shape. It just cost more to repair than the value of the car. So that's the way insurance companies deal with things like that. It's totaled. Send it to the junkyard. So if I were to keep that, feeling that I wanted instead to get it repaired in spite of the fact that it was going to cost me more than the value of the car, if I had decided to do that, that would have been considered a faulty title. Okay? So because it had been taken from a totaled condition to a drivable and back on the road condition, and that would stay with the car forever. Now, that might not seem very fair. It was just a rear quarter panel that got crunched, but it was expensive to repair, so it got that designation. And the challenge is that when you get a title, if you can't get a Carfax on that title, you don't know. So the DMV is planning to have that benefit right along with their titles. Governor Gavin Newsom signed an executive order to direct and explore opportunities for blockchain tech integrations with state government agencies. And notice it said agencies. It probably is going to start with the DMV. If it's successful with the DMV, it'll probably move on to other agencies. They could probably even use the same Tezos blockchain structure. They would just have different forms and collect different data from the various different places, and that can easily be done.